Hi, my name is Emerald, and I'm here to let you know. The biggest lesson I would say this past year I've learned is no one's coming to save you. I know that sounds like a little maybe deep, but at the end of the day, you really truly only have yourself, and it takes you to really wake up every day and become who you want to be and put in the effort, the intention. And so this year I've really focused on that. I would say patience at times. I'm very go, 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 go. And I don't really just look around and look at my life and what's occurred through these 3 years of me becoming a DJ. Sometimes I want to oh, why am I not getting this? Why am I not doing this? But I'm not patiently in the moment. I've gotten better at it, but I think that that's something that I work on kind of daily. Yeah, so I think success is really found within what you put in. And there's been numerous things in my life, with sports, and I always was trying to be the best at what I could be. And I really had to set myself apart and really hone in on the effort that I put in is good enough. And sometimes it isn't good enough. It depends on what I'm putting into something. So I really think your success is just based on really how you feel about what you're doing. And I think I'm successful, but I mean, I still have a long way to go. My journey just started. So yeah, I think success is in many forms. But yeah. This is a hard question. I think my biggest struggle right now is honing into my own self, and I have been able to be a part of DJing in this industry through my boyfriend, and I think now I'm trying to just figure out me as a person and find kind of my independence in a world that I didn't even know before him. So it's really hard sometimes to believe that I have the capability of doing this, but I really I've had to just put my head down and kind of find things that make myself believe. I literally have to convince myself, you can do this. There's no reason that you lack you've been doing it for 3 years. You can do it the back of your hand. And I know that I just have problems kind of depending on others. And so I think that I'm really just trying to be intentional with myself and putting myself first. I did make it a goal, but I kind of made it a goal. I kind of extended my goal. So I really was into modeling for a while, and I made it a goal of mine to be signed to an agency by my birthday. My birthday's in September, but we're getting close. So, I mean, I can't even believe that it's June. I'm pretty sure New Year's was literally, I feel like it was yesterday, and that's really weird. I feel like in my industry, time just goes by really fast because of bookings, and I yeah, I just can't believe time's gone this fast.
Okay, so yeah, you still got some time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so like just an industry that I've been in, and I was signed with an agency, and I like changed my hair like 2 times, and like that's always been a huge problem, like my hair. And I'm like kind of at a pivotal moment of like, I just have to be true to myself, and that I know like what's for me will come if I just keep putting in the work, and I just have to let it fall into place. I don't know where I fall into that industry, but it's been a goal of mine. I still got some time till I'm 25.
You want to be more into like athletic fashion, editorial, catwalk?
I think it changes on the daily. Like I am truly like, I don't believe in zodiacs like that, but I'm a Libra, and one of the main attributes is like decision making and like not being able to like really choose where your lane is, kinda. And so I would love like the athletic side of that, and I feel like I'd be a great fit. But I also love like the high fashion side, and like the just bare kind of gruddy kind of like, literally like I change my mind on the daily, so I don't know really.
Got to 25.
Got till I'm 25. Signed to an agency, and then also I'd like to have all my days booked DJing. Like right now I'm on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and not a lot of places do like a Monday, Tuesday. And I would like to be kind of in the position where I can bring people out and kind of be not a promoter, but have like a stable support around me where I can like fulfill a Monday and Tuesday and actually bring people in, because that's what you need as a DJ for a Monday and Tuesday kind of concept. I feel like you can play good music all night, but if people aren't coming out, like you're just playing in an empty room, and that's a sad part. But I just think that if I just keep growing and keep just connecting with people and networking and just being myself, I feel like I could potentially expand my nights DJing. I think I'm a people pleaser. So like, I would say even in like my work environment, or like the owners of a venue I'm playing at, or say they give me a format, and I'm such like, I will stay in that format and I will try to figure out like what you want to make you happy. But it's not that I want you to like me, it's that I just want to be like the best at everything I'm doing. Like, I'm very competitive, and I feel I'm competitive within just my own self. Like, it's me versus me type of thing. And it's not about really making people like me. It's more so showing up and convincing them that I'm like capable of what they want. But if somebody came up to me and was like, I don't like you, I'd just be like, okay, hey. But I was like, okay, okay. Funny, because this is like, I would say, something that I've learned to really like grab by the neck and fucking strangle it, because I struggle with burnout, but then I struggle with like imposter syndrome of like, especially with music and different venues I'm playing at, if they are really heavy and strict on like what format they're wanting. Sometimes I lose touch in it's not about what you like as a DJ, it really isn't. And sometimes I mean, when I first started, I was playing a lot of house. And I feel like everyone plays house, okay? Like everyone can play house because it's house, low key. Like it's not that it's not like great, I love it, but when I had to kind of adapt to other formats, and especially with like JVLEN, I play all 70s and 80s, I just have had to, I'm running into a tangent again.
You're good, I love it.
The pressure pushes me. I still was like responding within myself a little, like I would literally before a set break out into like full hives, like itching, like red, felt like I needed to drink before a set, and I am very self-aware, and so I know that that's not gonna work out at the end of the day, and it's something like I just will become dependent on. So I really had to hone in and shift that mindset of, dude, you're human at the end of the day. What if this transition doesn't work with this? What if it sounds bad for a second? I feel that I'm capable enough to kind of get out of that real quick. And so I've really just had to push myself to turn that burnout or that imposter syndrome that I'm feeling into more of a gratitude for being able to just wake up every day and play music for a living. Like, that's insane. And I've really just transitioned my mindset into like, I'm extremely grateful for this. And although I might not know in my mind how I'm feeling, like I might be a little scattered, like that one episode of SpongeBob where like everything's fucking on fire. Yeah, I've just really had to literally instill it in my brain, like, you're fine. And I'm so grateful to just wake up and do what I love. So there's some family things that I have experienced that especially this year, that I was very occupied with. And so I really was stuck on that. And so I had to push that aside and not think about it. I don't know. I think everything just in our economy, how our world is right now, that can be a burnout, and it can sometimes put you down of you never know what's gonna happen. And with my family, I'm really close with them, but there's been some disconnects with just growing up and us always not eye to eye on what I should be doing, or I should be going to school, or DJing's not a real job. And I've really just had to push it all aside and I'm in charge of my income. I'm in charge of me. They don't live my life every day. And I've really had to just push me to be me and do what I want to do, because that's the only way I'm going to kind of be happy. So, I mean, I'm genuinely doing something right now that I never I never thought that I would kind of get into. When I stopped playing volleyball, so I was 18, went to college in Wyoming, played college volleyball. My first year, I broke my ankle really, really bad. Like, I broke my ankle before, but this time I think it was just like, it was so discouraging for me. And I decided to step away from the sport. And that's when I was very like, I didn't know who I was. And I was like, I missed it, but I also was like on the other side of things, like I just want to kind of learn life without playing sports. So I think like coming back now, being a part of something that makes me feel that I'm playing sports again, that's been like, that's something I'm entirely grateful for, because when I'm playing, I truly get that same, like, it's like an adrenaline rush. And music was always like a part of my life, even like playing volleyball. And I mean, if you're an athlete, you know, like you're layering music with your team before games, after, like music's always playing. And so being able to like, it's just crazy how life, like stuff spills into other things. And I'm grateful that life works that way. Just because I would not be where I am right now, or really have the confidence to do what I do now. So I would say when I moved back home from Wyoming after playing, I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, we were living together. I was 19, and I thought that was like my forever, and I'm so happy that didn't work out. Not to be mean to that person, but I truly would not be who I am if I would not even be in Dallas if that continued. And I'm just like, I was so heartbroken. Like I remember driving from his house, moving my stuff back into my parents for like a week. And I was like, I don't know who I am. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I can't live without this person. And then now I'm like, I would never learn how to DJ. Like, I would have not even had the experience. Like, he still tries to hit me up, guys, so. But yeah, I wouldn't be who I am. Mind over matter, like ignore your mind. I think my mind is my number one, I wouldn't say downfall. I would say it's like, I want to say enemy, but it's just something that I butt heads with on the daily. It's hard. I mean, I work late nights, but if I want to be who I want to be, I have to have early mornings. And so that's sometimes my mind's like, oh no, you don't need to go to work out in the morning. But then I'm like, okay, if I don't go, I'm going to be extremely like, I'm not going to feel good throughout my day. And then that might reflect on my set tonight. And I'm very like, I would say OCD in the way of like, I kind of write out my day, but not to the extent of like, that's what I like, calm down. But I truly think that my mind is something I always kind of just go at it with. So if my 18-year-old self was asking me for advice, I would say literally shut that thing up and put your head down and just do it. Like, you're in charge. You are in charge of everything you do at all times. There's no reason you should be creating things or kind of feeling a certain way because you can do it. Like, just do it. There's no just go do it. Like daily, I don't want to wake up for a workout. And last week, I think because summer just started and I've been playing a lot and I've been really booked. So I've been like dibble-dabbling into the friends and drinking, and it's just not who I am. And so I think that it took my mind, like, you gotta stay strong in who you are and not really fall into things that aren't kind of bettering you, per se. Can we come back to this one? Or like, I need like an example. Me becoming more independent within myself and kind of, I've always been in a relationship. Not that it's like harmful to me, but I think that subconsciously it is, because I think it boils down to, it's like you don't want to be alone, and you can't, I mean, not that I can't sit in a room by myself, but I rather sit with someone else. And so I would say that mindset is kind of harmful, of always wanting to have somebody around. And so for me, that's something kind of just like even I'm struggling with like now, and I've been struggling with. Not that I'm so old, but when it boils down to it, you don't like being alone. So you get into different relationships or hang out with people for long periods of time. And I think that now I'm really learning that I only have me at the end of the day. And I know I kind of said that earlier in one of my responses, but I think that's just the truth of like life. Like, you genuinely, you can have so many people around you and they can love and support you, but when it breaks down to it, when you die, you're literally only going to have yourself. And that's so, it's just what it is. It is what it is. Like, it's not pessimistic, it's just real, and it's just the logical standpoint of it. And so I think that mindset of always needing somebody around, I think that's been harmful to me. But I think that I've slowly been able to overcome it in a way. So. Kidding. I'm so open. It's kind of, even my dad is like, dude, can you not tell me that? And not that I tell them everything, but I tell them what they need to know. And there's nothing really that I haven't really held anything back. I guess last year I dropped all my classes from school, so surprise, but I'm back in the summer, so yeah. Oh, this is a good one. I feel like my life has, like, genuinely, this is like the root of like me, is like generational curses. And I've really, so like my dad, for instance, he's very like, he's like me, but, well, I'm like him, but he is very like sporadic, and he was very like in and out of our lives, like me and my sister's lives. And he always was there, like on the phone or something like in that sort, but was never like, I didn't have like the true mom, dad kind of dynamic. And my dad, this is gonna get a little deep, but my dad cheated on my mom when I was in, I think, kindergarten. Like I was 5 and my sister was like 1, and we're 4 years apart. And so I think growing up now with that in mind, because now we're older, and so now my dad kind of wants to like talk about it a little bit, like kind of justify or be like, oh, well, if I wouldn't have met her, then I wouldn't have your brother. And I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of wrong at the same time. But I think how he is, and I love him to death, but I've really had to learn to like separate. Like I've literally had to cut the line of like, I'm this person and you're this person, and yeah, you made me, but I cannot take on that energy of what he has. And like, I don't even try to argue with like him anymore of when he does try to justify things of like, say, the divorce and him cheating and all of that. I think I've just learned to accept that that's who he is. And I don't want to necessarily be like that, but now I try to kind of show him the aspect of like who I am as a person and kind of spill that into him. But then when I try to do that, I feel like he tries to like his energy tries to leach back onto mine. So I've had to really like keep it at a distance. And I think that that's like with everything. That's one of the biggest things that I've learned is like literally keep everything at a distance. Even if it is your family and you love them, I just think even like the cheating aspect, he was comfortable with that. So then it makes me think, oh, that's no big deal. Like it's okay to, like it happens. Maybe when that cheating does occur, maybe that's what's meant for you. But truthfully, I don't think that's the case. Like he's done in his past, I think that's like soaked into my bloodline. I don't know. I kind of get into, I'm like superstitious in a way of it. I don't know. I just really had to, separate my mindset a little bit from that. But I do think that if things were differently and he did it, you can't change what somebody did. But yeah, if he didn't do it, then I possibly would not be feeling the way I am. So, like, it's not about what you make at the end of the day. It's like, what would you want to do that you love? Okay. I would say I'd be a school teacher. Yeah. That was one of the things. So when I first started college, I was like early education major. But I got out of it the first semester because my mom really sat me down and was like, look, I'm gonna be making like, and for yourself, it's okay. But it's so sad that the people that are in charge of like literally teaching our generations growing up are like really, really undercut in major ways, like it's insane. It's like so backwards. But I love kids, and not that I want one, but I I love other people's kids, and I love being able to influence people, like kids growing up, because not everyone, you never know what anyone's going through in their own life and in their own world. So I, like, in high school, I was a preschool kind of teacher, and it was during COVID. So like they were short teachers, so I was able to do that. And I just really enjoyed it because like, it's just so fun, and you just feel like kids are just so innocent, but they also are so crazy, and it's just nice to be able to be a part of something that's growing in a way. And I think that I'd love to be a little school teacher for like kindergarten or first grade. Nothing more than that. I would compliment, if I was looking in a mirror, I would probably tell myself that I am extremely hardworking and super, super hot. So that's all.
Okay.
Oh my God.
How you feel?
Good.
What are the questions?
Intense.
Yeah?
Yeah.